Another company took me on. Who cares who they were? But there was a guy in that company called Marvin who he believed in me. He was a man. He formerly worked for Man City YouTube channel, but he was a really good dude. And he basically championed me to the company and saying, "Let's give this lad what he wants." At the time, what I wanted was a company to pay for my podcast. Because I couldn't afford to pay studio time and everything. So I was like, I'll only sign with you if you give me a podcast. Marvin told them, give him a podcast. So shout out to Marvin.
On from that point.
And at the time, there was only one person I wanted to do it with.
I remember that phone call. Do you remember that phone call where we were working out what we'd do, like how that would work?
Yeah.
And essentially we were pitching to each other like, how's this going to work? Yeah. And we didn't really know each other. Not to the extent we know each other now. So we're sort of feeling the other one out like, so what would you do if you did a podcast? And you were like, I did this. And I was like, that actually sounds pretty good.
I remember that being your adoption story. Yeah. I remember you talking to me being like, I want to start a podcast.
Yeah.
And be like, literally like, I want to start this, and be like, oh shit. Because I'd known you for 3 years before. Like, I'd known of you for time before then, being like, fuck, that's a big adoption.
No, I remember saying to people like you, Joe Weller, Spencer, like, will you come on my podcast when I make it? And luckily, a lot of YouTubers came on the podcast.
And at the time, a lot of people were saying, make it into 5 to 15 minute clips and upload it as clips.
Yeah, so do the whole podcast on iTunes, but then put the video of like a 10-minute highlight reel of the actual podcast. Don't put it out on YouTube.
Big L.
The company that said
Terrible
that,
idea.
we ended up
Mid-rolls on iTunes, shut your fucking mouth.
But the point is, when we made the podcast, a lot of YouTubers turned up for us. Calfreezy being one of them, so thanks to Carl.
Huge.
The Sidemen, KSI, Will the Boys.
Yeah, please let it go.
Willne, Joe Weller, Stephen Tries, Jack May, all the lads who turned up.
Jimmy
Conrad again.
Jimmy flew to the UK for that.
I mean, he was on a contract or something else.
Yeah, but
Jimmy Conrad, understate, is the nicest bloke I probably met in the entire game.
One thing I realised is like community in the UK, like American YouTubers don't really have that community vibe, but we have that.
Different way, yeah.
And I realised like how much I needed people to come out.
At least
and
our side of the UK, definitely.
And along the way,